Hi, this is Rob, and today I'm going to share with you 3 foods you should avoid and 2 foods to never eat if you care about burning fat faster and enjoying a flatter stomach. And I have a pretty unusual weight loss story to share with you today, too. Speaking of which, here's a picture of our kids, Ryan and Sarah, goofing around on vacation some time ago. And in a few minutes, I'll show you how something that happened with our kids will help you immediately start losing weight and belly fat. Our story is about how I lost 42 pounds of stubborn fat and 8 inches off my belly in what seemed like no time, and how my wife Kaylin lost even more, 59 pounds, while dropping 4 dress sizes at the same time. How do we do it? Well, it all starts with those 5 foods we've all been told are some of the biggest diet do's, but in reality are huge weight loss don'ts. Literally, these supposed healthy foods turned out to be surprising weight loss killers, and I'll reveal them all soon. We also use some other pretty unusual techniques and tricks, almost the exact opposite of what most popular weight loss and diet plans have you doing. And I'm sharing our stories because, well, they're probably similar to your own. It doesn't matter if you're a guy or gal in your 40s, 50s, or even 60s and beyond. Anyone who has struggled with their weight or wondered, why am I still carrying around all this extra fat, will relate. And by the end of today's fast-paced and revealing presentation, I will do a lot more than give you the 5 foods you must avoid and tell you our story. I'll give you the solution we discovered and use to this very day to stay in the best shape of our lives. Oh, and in a few minutes, I'll also show you one unique type of fat that actually burns away body fat. In fact, you must eat this often if you want the fastest results. I do feel the need, however, to warn you up front. You're about to see why companies with a heck of a lot more money and influence than me would like nothing better than to stop this presentation from being passed around friend to friend. So please, watch it now from beginning to end while you can, because I saved the best for last. All right, the real reason you're flabby, out of shape, or just plain fat, it's probably not what you think. Let's face it, if you looked and felt your best, you wouldn't be watching this. You're here because you carry around an extra 15, 30, or even 60 pounds of ugly fat, and you're tired of it. Maybe you packed it on over the last 20 years. Maybe it's all new weight. It doesn't matter. Either way, you hate what you see when you look at yourself in the mirror. Or worse, you don't even look in mirrors anymore. You try the latest fad diets only to end up losing and regaining the same 5 to 10 pounds and then some over and over again. You're left starved, feeling depressed, and even heavier than when you started. You buy all the worthless infomercial gadgets, and all you lose is the $50, $100, or even $1,000 you spent. If those diet schemes and exercise machines actually worked, well, you'd already have that body of your dreams. But they don't, and you don't. My wife Kaylin and I are here to tell you, you may be out of shape right now, but it's not your fault. Don't spend another minute blaming yourself. Diet and fitness is a multi-billion-dollar industry. It's run from big office buildings full of heartless corporate number crunchers. They don't see you as a person. Heck, they don't even see you as a customer. To them, you're a number with a dollar sign attached to it. In fact, the dirty little secret that they'll never tell you is the diet industry needs you to stay fat. Maybe that's why we've all been told this first food to avoid is supposedly healthy. Cereal diet killers. We all know regular cereals are stuffed with enough sugar to buy your dentist a new boat. That's no secret. But here's what the food companies are really counting on you never discovering. Even many of the so-called healthy cereals come packed with more fattening sugar than a bowl of chocolate chip cookies. That much sugar for breakfast not only hurts your waistline, it destroys your chances for weight loss success all day long. It's a wonder anyone can burn any fat at all with that working against them. I'll get to the second food you must avoid in a moment. And this is just a tiny glimpse into how the diet industry keeps you fat. Now they can sell you the next big thing, then the next big thing after that, bogus pills, exotic berry juice, point systems, extreme TV workouts, ab zappers, all a tease. The list goes on and on. It's overwhelming and confusing. Well, for you, that confusion ends right now, right here. So let's take a look at the second so-called healthy food you actually should be avoiding. Boy, are they wrong about soy. It's the healthy alternative to meat, right? Not anymore. Turns out most soy today is so overly processed, it can actually block your body from absorbing critical proteins for weight loss. And what's worse, it can also disrupt your thyroid from producing a key hormone responsible for fat burning in your body. Okay, now you know 2 of the deceptive foods marketed to you as healthy that are keeping your belly from becoming flatter and firmer, smooth, sexy, and strong. And as promised, I've got 3 more to share with you today that will probably shock and anger you too. Plus, I'll soon also reveal the one unique type of fat you must eat regularly if you ever hope to drop the stubborn flab for good. Now, your original question was, why am I still carrying around this extra weight? Why is it the only thing getting thinner is my checkbook? Well, there's one big reason you still don't have the body you truly deserve. And you're probably starting to realize that it's all because much of the advice you've heard up till now is dead wrong. You're overweight because the information you've probably been relying on is, well, bad information. Some of the big diet monopolies have even been known to blatantly lie to you. Others, like your friends, often just repeat the lies they believe to be true, fraud or ignorance. Either way, years of misinformation is largely the real reason for the way you look and feel right now. So let's keep setting you straight with the 3 deadly weight loss mistakes you must not make. First, ultra low-carb diets will not make you lose fat in the long run because they can rob your body of energy, making it way too hard to follow. And low-fat diets, they're even worse, putting even more fat on you because you end up eating too many of the wrong fat-storing foods instead. We've found the only way to drop the fat and keep it off is by eating the right foods in the right amounts and at the right time. Sounds complicated, I know, but as you'll see, it's really simple. Next is that long, boring cardio exercise, 3, 4, or more days a week, is among the worst ways to burn fat and keep it off. What's worse, slow-go cardio has been shown in studies to increase the amount of free radicals in your body. Free radicals are like evil little Pac-Man that eat up healthy cells, forcing your insides to prematurely age. But if you know this little secret, it's now possible to burn far more stubborn flab like belly fat in just 30 to 40 minutes per week. Not per day, I said per week. And finally, restrictive dieting, aka starving yourself, is not only stupid and dangerous, it doesn't really work. Sure, you might have lost a couple of pounds, but your body quickly starts eating its own muscle, slowing your fat-burning metabolism to a crawl. Then, anything you ate made you gain it all back and then some. Plus, why go to bed hungry when there's a delicious way to tickle your system into burning fat while you sleep the night away? Now that you know the truth of how your diet was sabotaged before you even started it, now that you know some of what not to do if you ever want to be more fit, it's time for you to know what you must do to start dropping the fat right now and keep it off. What you must do to finally look and feel healthier, sexier, in control. Yes, we're talking about the simple, quick, and safe way I lost over 42 pounds of stubborn fat in just 12 incredible weeks. How can I be so bold and determined in what I say? Simple. I can say this with so much conviction because it's the truth. Plus, my wife, who you'll hear from in a minute, lost even more than I did by simply copying my plan. And remember, that's fat loss too, not just the loss of precious water. And you can do it without depriving yourself of delicious fat-burning foods, without enduring thousands of sit-ups, without bouncing your way through boring cardio routines. It sounds crazy, I know, but it's 100% real, and we feel like we're living proof. It can be simple, quick, and safe when you turn your body into a fat-burning furnace, like a flab-melting machine that's guaranteed to start disintegrating pure fat in just a few days. Fat we've managed to keep off to this very day. Your body, trimmer and more toned, sexier and stronger. As you push the button that ignites your fat-burning furnace, you can begin to imagine yourself healthier, happier, in control for the first time in a long time. And as the thought creeps into your head that shedding this much fat in a safe, simple, and speedy way can't really be possible, you're about to see how my wife lost even more than this by copying my plan, and we've kept it off for years. And now, so have many others. More on that in just a minute. You really can create a seemingly brand new and healthier you in just a few weeks, and it starts with the push of a button. Skyrocket your energy. That means you can do more without getting tired. Eliminate that end-of-day fatigue you feel after work. Spend some fun time with your family and friends, or just watch as your love life takes off like the space shuttle. Boost your immune system. That means you're healthier, looking better, feeling better, living better. Cut down on those medical bills and say hello to freedom. Flatten that tummy, or better yet, go for that six-pack. You really can go from frumpy and dumpy to more toned and sexy. You can go from hiding under layers of sweaters to turning a few heads at the beach. Think it's impossible? Think again, because I did it, Kaylin did it, and now more than 150,000 others all over the globe have copied my plan. Now it's your turn. We've stumbled onto the 15-minute miracle that can burn fat for up to 3 full days. No extreme fad or starvation diets here. You eat delicious, hearty foods that are more nutritious and give you more satisfaction up to 6 times per day. No need for cardio, warm-ups, or even stretches. For you, this is probably a brand new way to move for about 15 minutes, just 2 to 3 days a week. A plan that works with your hectic lifestyle. Start your total body transformation no matter what you want to lose, 60 pounds, 30, or only 10. Beginning with the simple push of a button, your confidence and attitude get a huge boost. You're melting fat throughout your day. Your body is now a fat-burning furnace that can cut down a bit of stubborn flab every day, while you watch TV, sleep, and especially while you eat. How exciting is that? A plan you'll actually want to stay on. This newly revised and updated system is so simple, healthy, and fulfilling, you'll never cheat on another diet because you won't have to. We'll talk more about that in just a second, but first, let's discover the third diet killer food to avoid. It's probably the one that most naturally seems good for you. Fruity liquid candy. I'm talking, of course, about store-bought fruit juice. Sure, you'll find health-promoting antioxidants in fruit juices, but don't be fooled by these health claims, because any health benefit from juice gets canceled out by the sneaky way it makes you fatter. Did you know these colorful concoctions are loaded with up to 400% more sugar and calories? Yeah, 400% more fat-storing side effects than you'll find in the actual healthy fruit it came from. Plus, almost all of the hunger-pummeling fiber has been squeezed out of every bottle of this stuff. We're talking about sudden, large spikes of insulin and massive sugar cravings, true weight loss killers. Okay, now, before we continue, you should probably know a little bit more about us. We're not scientists. We don't have PhDs. I was actually a part-time musician, played guitar, and sang a little bit on the weekends. But we're from a small town in Michigan, which means I also used to be a cog on the wheel for one of the big automakers here. But since discovering a whole new way of quicker and simpler fat loss, I've made it my life's mission to help others do the same. I'm now an advocate of sorts, taking on the status quo until every last victim of fat gets that final justice. My wife Kaylin works with me, but her other job is the most important of all. She raises our kids. We're just a regular couple who, after a lot of yo-yo dieting, a ton of trial and error, and around $23,000 in wasted cash, discovered something that put fear in the eyes of the diet companies. We discovered the truth. The map to my journey was sketched out when I was a kid. As an infant, it was a few pounds of baby fat, mostly in my cheeks, it seemed. Grandma took a lot of joy in pinching them constantly. By 8, much of my school clothes came from the husky section, and by 12, I had to start wearing men's clothes. At 13, I remember my mom telling me to stop eating. She put me on a cottage cheese and grapefruit diet. And Dad, he had me doing sit-ups for nearly an hour at a clip. It was torture, but did it work? Well, you be the judge. By the time I reached 30, I was sporting pounds and pounds of extra fat on what I now know was a thin, lanky frame hiding under there. Here's me at 1, in my teens and in my 30s. Basically, I was following what I call the lifetime fat packing formula. Chubby plus time plus bad advice equals fat. If that doesn't ring a bell, if your story isn't something similar, you're probably more like my wife. You see, Kaylin's weight gain was a lot more recent. Ah, my beautiful bride, Kaylin. Yep, the dude with the chubby cheeks and 90s mullet somehow landed himself an angel. So when we got married, Kaylin's body was average. Maybe just a few pounds more than she'd like, but she was perfect in my eyes. Then, months after our daughter Sarah was born, Kaylin still had over 50 stubborn pounds she couldn't get rid of. She tried low-carbing it, danced to some of those curly-haired guys' exercise videos, even bought one of those ab gadgets you see on TV, but nothing worked for her. A few years later, along came our second child, Ryan, followed by the cardio step class, hours sweating at the gym, the shakes, the points, the meetings, the fads. The whole thing came full circle when one day I see her eating just grapefruit and cottage cheese. I literally said,